This is EIT Food Innovation Prizes Competition 2020. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Łukasz, and I'll be your host today. For those of you who haven't had an opportunity to watch any of our finals yet, this is one of the largest agri-food startup competitions in Southern and Eastern Europe. We award prizes to entrepreneurs and early-stage startups developing innovative products and services with the potential to transform our food system. This month, we are running online finals in 17 countries in Southern and Eastern Europe, and we are awarding prizes to the most innovative and ambitious agri-food startups. I hope you'll enjoy watching this year's 10th country final, and today we are in the Czech Republic. I'm sure everyone's had enough of coronavirus, COVID-19 and pandemic in every news broadcast worldwide for the past few months. Even though these words have been repeated millions of times, we still know far too little about the virus itself. In the context of this competition, we know it has seriously impacted the food systems worldwide, pushing millions of people to rely on food banks and disrupting countless services at both national and international level, not to mention the impact on industries, businesses and institutions all over the world. But we have also witnessed some positive things. People returning to cooking more, planting their own fruits and vegetables, shopping more locally, supporting local restaurants, farmers and food producers. The awareness levels overall seem to be on the rise. To say it's become a very important wake-up call would be an understatement. Can we transform our food systems towards much healthier, safer, and much more sustainable solutions? That's one of the many critical questions that call for increasingly urgent answers. This is why the world needs bright, fast-paced startups to make a difference. The startups you will see pitching today dedicate themselves day in, day out to bringing that transformation about. 2020 has not exactly been an easy year for anyone, including startups and businesses in general. EIT Food decided to move its Innovation Prizes competition online and to the summer season so that startups could rely on critical funding as and when they need it most. Today, in the Czech Republic final, we will meet 8 ambitious early-stage agri-food startups. And to kick off today's country final, we'd like to welcome to our virtual stage a representative of the EIT Food Hub in Czech Republic, Monika Tomaňová from the University of Chemistry and Technology, Prague. Monika is one of the organizers. She will tell us more about the organization itself and cooperation with EIT Food. Hello, Monika. Good to see you.
Hello, Lukáš. Hello, Lukáš. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for welcoming me. So I represent here University of Chemistry and Technology Prague, its Faculty of Food and Biochemical Technology and Department of Food Analysis and Nutrition. And we act as a EIT Food Hub in the Czech Republic since 2018. Our faculty performs high-quality multidisciplinary research into the safety, quality, reliability, authenticity of food, and we are dealing with food technologies and food biotechnologies. This expertise allows us also to act as a key partner in knowledge and technology transfer activities initiated by EIT Food, and we are very much happy to support the innovation and business creation in the Czech agri-food sector. EIT Food Innovation Prize Contest is organized this year for the 3rd time in the Czech Republic, and each year we can see a number of creative and innovative applications that are submitted by enthusiastic people who are willing to work hard to make their idea a success. So we hope that EIT Food Innovation Prize will help them to achieve this goal. I'm sure you are eager to listen our startup presentation, so I do not want to take up much more time. So I would like to wish a good luck to all our finalists and enjoyable final today.
Well, I certainly hope you will enjoy watching, Monika. Thank you for joining us and thank you for all the support.
Thank you. Thank you, Lukáš.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Monika Tomaňová from the University of Chemistry and Technology, Prague, EIT Food Coordinator in the Czech Republic. We also have with us Julia Bodnar from EIT Food. Julia, hello.
Hi, Lucas. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me to our virtual stage. I'm very happy to be here on behalf of EIT Food. And before we kick off the pitches, tell you just in a couple of words what we do and how we support young agri-food entrepreneurs.
The stage is yours.
Fantastic, thank you. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining our online final in Czech Republic. My name is Julia Bodnar. I work for EIT Food, and our mission is to transform Europe's food system, make it more sustainable, trusted, and healthier, both for people and for our environment. For those of you who haven't heard about us at all before joining this final, EIT Food is an initiative that was started by the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. We do lots of different things and organize so many activities, but probably the easiest way to think about EIT Food is a network of key players in the food system. We work with big food companies such as Nestle, PepsiCo, Maspex, Valio, VTT, leading universities, University of Cambridge, Technion, University of Helsinki, Warsaw, research organizations, startups and scale-ups to bring about a transformation in the food system. And as Łukasz mentioned before, we need this transformation more than ever. In the last couple of months, we saw how important our food system is and how many challenges it faces, pandemics, rapid climate change. They really push us to quickly transform and innovate. But on top of that, we still keep wasting the third of all the food that we produce. The obesity is on the rise, while at the same time, we have people suffering from malnutrition and undereating in some parts of the world. So you don't have to look far to spot so many problems that our food system faces, and they really need to be solved now. And we really believe that startups can be a key part of this transformation. So while we do many activities in education, public engagement, and innovation, entrepreneurship is one of the key areas that we focus on. So we try to help startups at every stage of their development. Whether you've got an idea, a young business, or a more mature company, we've got different programs to help you grow. The Innovation Prizes competition that you're watching today is one of such examples for of the programs for early stage startups. As Łukasz already mentioned, we organize it in 17 countries in Southern and Eastern Europe. In each country, we're shortlisted 8 startups to compete for 3 main cash prizes, 5, 3, and 1K. And there's also an additional audience prize. So you, viewers of today's final, are very welcome to cast your vote at the end of all pitches. To mention briefly a couple of other programs for early stage startups and entrepreneurs, we also have a program called Seedbed. In this program, we give you the money, the skills, the contacts to go out and validate your business model. We push you to reach out to 100 potential customers on your market and then to bring this feedback back and to use it to strengthen your value proposition. Then for the medium stage companies, we have a program called Food Accelerator Network, FAN for short. And this program is for ambitious entrepreneurs who've got some traction on the market, but who are looking to develop new skills, get access to investors, media, and also to work with and learn from our partners. This program has been called a mini MBA, and it really is a fantastic opportunity for any agri-food entrepreneurs out there. And finally, the last but definitely not the least from what we have to offer, we've got a program called Rising Food Stars. It is our network of 50 plus high impact scale-ups, so more mature companies who are looking to expand to different markets and scale up further. So these scale-ups, they're getting partnered up with some of the biggest food companies in the world, basically our partners, Danone, Valio, John Deere, and they're doing innovation projects together. So we've got, as you can see, we've got lots of different opportunities and support programs. I've shown you just a couple of them today, and not to take too much time on our virtual stage. You are very welcome to get in touch with us directly. My email and the email of my colleagues are on the website, or you can find us on LinkedIn. Our job is to help as many innovative food entrepreneurs as possible. So if that's you, please do not hesitate to reach out. So on this note, I'd like to thank you for your attention, for joining our online final, and wish good luck to all the startups competing today. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, money, skills, contacts, exposure to 100 customers. Looking back at the 5 years of doing business as a company brand, maybe I should have started as a startup instead of just a regular company. A lot of support coming from EIT Food. Julia has already mentioned some of that, but let me just put things in perspective. We have 8 startups today competing for the country final prizes. The first prize is €5,000, second €3,000, third prize €1,000. These prizes will go to the teams who, in our jury's opinion, have the most innovative and impactful solutions for our food system. Moreover, the winner of the first prize will be invited to the grand final in autumn, where the finalists from all 17 countries will compete for the prizes of up to €25,000. Apart from that, all the first prize winners will get access to top quality training before the grand final. Last but not least, we'll also be awarding the audience prize, as mentioned by Julia during today's final. Needless to say, perhaps our audience plays a key role in this very concept and the competition itself. During the jury deliberations and during our keynote Q&A, each audience member will have one vote to say which startup they think has the biggest potential to transform our food system, make it better for people's health and environment. The startup that wins your hearts and minds will get €2,000. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our today's jury. We have Margareta, Jakub, and Iveta. We are grateful you have joined us today. I'm sure you will have many questions for our finalists today, but we'll begin with asking you a question. Please tell us a little bit just about yourselves, who you are, and how your experience makes you truly qualified to pass a fair judgment at the end of the day from among 8 pitching contestants. Can we start with you, Margareta? Unmute, please. We can't hear you. Yeah.
First of all, thank you for inviting me to be part of your jury. It's a great pleasure. Very briefly, in a nutshell, I am a business advisor and startup mentor. I am in business for more than 25 years. In 2000, we have been one of the first people in the Czech Republic to create a fund supporting and investing in startups. I would say we have been a little bit of pioneers, which you always have to pay for being a pioneer. So it wasn't an easy process, but definitely we learned a lot, and we learned how to understand and work with startups. So I think it's in a nutshell.
Clearly you have to pay for the pioneer status, but there is also some brand name attached to it, isn't it? And the splendor of being the pioneer, the first in the field. Thank you, Jakub.
So, hi, my name is Jakub Stoger. I'm actually an evaluator. Half of my business is about that. I'm mostly focusing on impact evaluations and assessments. And I'm also seeking something which is called digital social innovation. So it's social innovation with connection to the IT software solutions and other things like this, because I'm actually working as a IT business analyst, and I'm working for software companies currently, mostly for financial institutions. Thank you.
Jakub, normally we allocate at least 15 minutes for the jury to decide after the pitches who is the best one. But now that we have a professional evaluator in the jury, I think we can cut it to 5 minutes. That should be a trifle then. Jokes aside, Iveta.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much for the invitation. I am representing the Impact Hub, which is the global network with more than 100 locations worldwide, and we have 4 locations in the Czech Republic. We don't have any in Poland, though. However, we are focused on building communities with impact, and it means that we are running startup incubators, accelerators, and as well, we are working with large corporations for which we help them to become sustainable. And yeah, basically also a small addition for the food industry startups. we can as well help food industry startups with our acceleration program called Future of Food, which is focused on sustainable food. So actually the program is open now. It's starting in September, and now we are open for applications. So this is a small invite for other guys who might not win or who wants to join or who were not able to join this year.
Margareta, Jakub, Iveta, it's a pleasure to have you with us. And now is the time when you will be asking questions. Time for our first competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, Plant ID, machine learning based plant identification.
Hello, my name is Ondřej Veselý, and I'll tell you more about our new product, Plant ID Sky. I'll start with the problem definition. On the picture, you can see a tractor carrying an agriculture sprayer. Right now, it's applying a chemical called herbicide, and most fields are treated with herbicides. They kill weeds, increase production, and the most popular of them is called glyphosate. There are some negative effects of using herbicides, though, like it's killing birds, it's killing frogs, and also, for example, in Czech Republic, every second water source with drinking water it contains traces of herbicides, and there are also some negative impacts of herbicides on human health either. Moreover, the weeds is becoming more and more resistant. As you see on the graphs, the weeds is becoming more and more resistant to the herbicides, so we need to apply more of them, and there is like an infinite loop for this mechanism. Like, it looks like the farmers right now are trapped into the sad conflict between profitability and being actually responsible to the environment. And the European Union it is aware of the problem, so it's coming with a regulation, and in two years, the cheapest herbicides will be not allowed to be used on the field, and this forces farmers to actually think about its strategy, which is applying herbicides all over the fields, and think about some smarter solutions. And this is why I think this is a great opportunity for machine learning, actually. On the picture, you can see a photo taken from a drone, and it is a photo of a sunflower field. You can see the sunflowers in the rows here, and you can see different kinds of weeds. There's some grassy weeds, and also there is thistles. For example, this is pretty good thistle. And what we can do with deep learning, we can recognize different types of weeds. For example, this filter, it's on thistle. The thistle needs to be removed, definitely, but the grassy weeds is fine. It can be there, usually. And with this technology, which allows us to recognize the spots, or not only classify the weeds, but also localize it, we can create application maps. On the right side, you can see how the application map can look like, and it can be loaded into this agriculture sprayer. And once the sprayer is going over the spot with the weed, it can apply herbicides only on the spot where the weed actually is. So you can see there is cost savings on that. Only 30 or 40% of the weed of the field needs to be sprayed, which means it's creating great margin for us, which we can actually fly over with the drone, identify and localize the weed, and then tell the sprayer where it needs to be, where the herbicide should be applied. And these numbers, it looks pretty low, but the market with herbicides in the European Union, it's 1.7 billion euros. So it's huge. There is one British competitor, it's direct competitor, and there is some old school solutions. They can't really distinguish different weeds, but it's worth mentioning them. Also, there is another approach. I'll just mention it briefly. We can and we are working on that. We can mount the device directly on the sprayer with a camera and control the valves of the sprayer in real time by the image, by the result of the image, if it's going over the weed spot or not. And we are waiting for some public funding for the development of the prototype. We do have a prototype, but we are waiting for public funding to make it better. Well, what we need right now, we need some time. We need some exhibitions to be open so we can demonstrate how it works. And we are looking for some big partners in agriculture. And that's it. Thank you.
That's it. That was Plant ID, our first competitor. We have Andre joining us live for the Q&A session. Andre, hello.
Hello. Hello, hi.
Hi. I'm glad I can see you and hear you without any interruptions. Andre, how does it feel to be the first one in today's competition?
Oh, it's a great position. I think
it's a pole position, absolutely. But you never know what comes next, so I guess you will be watching impatiently to see what follows, right?
I'll be watching, yes.
Before that happens, Andre, 5 minutes with the jury. Enjoy.
So, you need to switch on the audio.
May I have a first question, please? Hi, Andre.
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. So I have a question. You mentioned you have one competitor, direct competitor. Can you please tell me how do you differentiate to your competition or competitor?
I think that the biggest difference is that they have full stack. They both own drones and also they focus on machine learning. But as our product is basically a joint of two companies, it's Sky Maps and Plant ID Sky, our company. So I guess that the difference is pretty organizational, but the point, the technology, it really feels the same. But according to our tests, we are slightly better in the machine learning part. So we are already in contact with them, trying to cooperate with them to actually create the market together. But they are doing basically the same. They are just flying with drones, zooming on different parts of the fields and trying to guess what's in there, if it's weed, if it's a disease or something else on the field which should be treated.
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, this is Margareta. You mentioned that you need to connect with some agriculture players, big players. So are you in any talks with any of them? Because if I understand it correctly, you are reducing the need for their product. So how are they reacting?
Well, it depends. There is multiple different kinds of players in the field. There are the manufacturers of the herbicides, and of course they would be against us in this play. But also there are like the agriculture sprayers manufacturers and the sprayers, the modern sprayers, which own 50% of the farmers. So it's pretty common to have a smart sprayer. It's another utilization of the smart technology every second farmer already have. So what we are going to do is we will join with the sprayer manufacturers, and we'll basically try to give them not only the sprayer, but we'll just attach the service to the huge and expensive sprayer as the farmer is using it. So yeah, we are against the herbicide manufacturers, but we are joining the sprayer manufacturers. At least we are trying to right now. We are doing some experience with some farm near Brno in Czech Republic, and some talks are in the process already.
Okay, thank you.
So I actually had a question about the customer, because I can imagine that if there is a big farm, that makes sense to put this effort, and maybe it will be a big added value. But if I'm very small, I have just a few hectares, then it could be very expensive, and there will be some fixed price we'll have to pay maybe. So how about this kind of analytic phase? How much know your customers? What could be some potential in this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, one of our first customer was pretty small farm, but it was unique because they are also a research facility. They are trying to breed a new kind of crops. So they have a little fields in a pretty small area, and they are just experimenting how they are reacting to some kind of diseases, to dry or wet environment, and that's why they needed pretty advanced analytics over their small field, and it was worth actually sending a drone to their place. But for another small farms, we already have a plan, and this is kind of self-service. I didn't know that until recently, but for example, in US, every second farmer have a drone, and they somehow use it in the field. This is the result of a market analysis we made 2 months ago. I'm not sure how
Andre,
these numbers are in your...
We need to stop here, I'm afraid.
Okay.
5 minutes is over. So thank you very much for bravely answering the questions. Every second farmer has a drone in the US. That's quite a statistic,
Yes.
isn't it? Especially given that you need to have some qualifications to actually fly drones, which shows they are quite
all we need to do is to do the self-service for them, and that's the plan.
All right. Thank you for answering the jury questions again, Andre, and good luck today and good luck with the project.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our first competitor plant ID, and now we move on to Thermosolar Hive. Reputedly, Thermosolar Hive is currently the most innovative beehive in production.
Hello everyone, my name is Katarina, and today I would like to present you Thermosolar Hive, the solution of one of the biggest honeybee problems. The problem that we are solving is the varroa destructor mite. This parasitic mite spreads around the world and it kills every bee colony in 1 to 2 seasons. At the moment, the most widespread way to suppress it is chemical treatment. However, it's not 100% efficient, and mites are becoming resistant to those chemicals. Also, residues of chemicals are found in the honey. So our solution is varroa destructor mite resistant beehive. It's very ecological and effective way to eliminate those parasitic mites. This idea was born 11 years ago when one of our founders, Dr. Roman Linhardt, got inspired by wild bees living under the roof of the local shop. He was wondering how is it possible that they don't have any problems with varroa. So he got an idea that it may be caused by the higher temperature under the roof. After this, he made the first prototype, and it was the first step to create Thermosolar Hive. At the moment, we have more than 500 customers, and they have from 1 to 50 hives. Most of them are hobbyists who are environmentally oriented, or some professional beekeepers and farmers as well. The market size of global beekeeping market is about $9 billion American dollars, and it's still growing every year. We are focusing on beekeeping markets in European Union and Northern America. Also, some other interesting markets like New Zealand. And we have patented Thermosolar Hive on our key markets. Initial cost of Thermosolar Hive is about 2.5 times higher than classical hives, but return of investment is about 2 seasons due to higher honey yields. We sell it through our e-shop, and we are still expanding our distributor network abroad. Our fixed costs consist of wages, warehouse, and web. Other variable costs are production, expanding to foreign markets, and transportation. Our profit margins are from 30 to 60% depending on the product, and our break-even point is 30 thermosolar beehives per month. Our biggest competitor at the moment, as I already mentioned, are chemical treatment, but if we compare to them, we are completely ecological. And there are some other small-scale products which try to utilize heat to kill varroa, but they have many disadvantages. Besides being very effective and ecological treatment device, thermosolar hive is also very economical beehive. As you can see from this graph, in life cycle around 20 years, it can double total revenues compared to classical hive. In our team, there are two founders, Jan Raya, who will today answer all your questions, and Roman Linhart, the founder of Thermosolar Hive. In back office, there is with me my colleague Veronika Rajserová. We have our production team and distributors, and we have 3 connections with universities and research institutions. For the future, we would like to expand to the new markets. We would like to develop new designs of the hive and build a community of beekeepers and cooperate with some tech company that can help us to improve our hives and put some innovations to it. And we believe that to achieve our milestones can help us the Risk Innovation Prize, because we would help us to invest in promotion on social media and web, to build and support our distributor network, to attend some beekeeping events and fairs. As you can see at the pictures, we are working on adding remote controlling of the treatment process and some other innovations. Thank you for your attention, and now it's time for your questions.
It's time for your questions indeed, no doubt. Thermosolar Hive, our second competitor. We have Katarina and Jan joining us live for the Q&A. Hello there.
Hello.
That's one solid brick wall you have up there. Is that supposed to play a symbolic role today?
Definitely.
Jan, Katarina, 5 minutes only, remember, and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So can I have a question?
Yes.
Actually, 2 questions. Well, first, you seem to be interested in US market. Is there any certification needed for the US market? And I assume you have logistics resolved. That's one. And the other thing, more out of curiosity, you said that you started this 11 years ago. What is taking so long? And don't take it personally, but it's a long time.
Well, I will start to answer the second question first. Well, 11 years ago, there was the first idea, and it's beekeeping. So when we start with the first prototype, we need to test it for the whole season long. And then when we make some changes, we also at that time we need to change the construction and do some other changes. And then also it was necessary to test it during the whole season, because not only we doesn't need only to know that the thermal therapy, the treatment will work, but also how the beehive will work during the whole season, so during the winter, summertime, and so on. For the United States, well, we are focusing on Europe, the European Union, but also on the United States. We've got also patent here, but well, we doesn't need any certificate. We can directly sell there. There is nothing like this necessary for us. But the United States market will be, let's say, probably the second one. We are selling to the hobbyists there, but there are very strong community of professional beekeepers in the United States. But first, we need to sell to the hobbyists there, and let's say to get some trust there, and then proceed to the commercial beekeepers, to professionals.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I may have a question as well, right?
Yes.
So I have a question. You mentioned that you have a 30 hives per month you need to sell to be at the breaking point, right? So my question is, where are you now, and where do you plan to be in 1 year once you reach the price, for example?
Well, we are under that cap at the moment. We are selling, let's say, well, it depends because it's of course seasonal thing. So in the summer we are reaching up to 30 beehives per month, but let's say in autumn we are selling less. So we are under this cap, but in 1 year we would like to, even with this price, be over it. So we are quite certain we can make it because, for example, in the first 4.5 months of this year, we reached the numbers which we sold during the whole last year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a simple question. You are producing it in here in Czech Republic and sending all the boxes to the whole world?
Yes.
So is there any better plan how to do it, not to make this, you know, thing from here and trying to sell it to New Zealand and the USA?
Yeah, well, we've developed, let's say, IKEA version, so it's easier to send it abroad for us than it was a few years ago. But the production abroad is possible. But at the moment, we would like to focus on the production in the Czech Republic and sending it abroad from here because it's still possible. And when we count it, for example, the production in Canada or in the United States and selling on this market, it's almost the same with the prices because there is still quite a lot of labor, work hours of the joiners that they need to work on the hive. So it's still almost the same as the price when we take the transportation costs and the price of production in the Czech Republic, where the salaries are, of course, much lower.
Yeah. 5 minutes, that was. You probably felt like 2, I presume, didn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you very much, and good luck with your project, and good luck in the competition. Jan, Katerina, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 2 competitors into the game today, and I'm already so proud of our jury because usually we have too many male representatives in the jury, and this time it's 2 ladies and 1 man. Sounds like we are going to get really interesting questions today. Foodgroot.com. Scan a food product to find out all its secrets in a simple rating.
Practically half of everything you can buy today in the store is ultra-processed food, a type of food directly connected with the incidence of fatal chronic diseases leading to 7 out of 10 premature deaths in the population. The customers are, in fact, facing similar situation as they were with the cigarettes in the 60s and 70s. Media advertised poisonous behavior and nobody told them the truth. Some food is literally slowly killing you, and you should at least know about it, like you know it about the cigarettes. Czech Republic is the #1 country in the world with the incidence of colon cancer, and together with Hungary, the last country where people care about the quality and safety of their food. Foodgroot was born out of frustration with the unbreakable intention to change this from the scratch. The only way to do so is to provide a usable food advice during the food shopping. Food Group collects and analyzes food composition, nutritional value, earth observation, agri-tech, manufacturing and sustainability data. Consumers deserve to know where their food is coming from, how was it processed, what was added to it, and if it's good for them or not. And that has to come in a very simple to understand form in real time as they shop. Based on the product barcode scan, we provide simple to understand food score with lots of fascinating details leading to consequential education about the true nature, value, quality and safety of the foods. This, we believe, will lead to a new conscious, healthy and sustainable choice of food products. In the second stage, we will provide human bioprofile based on metabolomic pattern that will observe and advise on people's choices with a personalized individual recommendations. Food personalization is the true future of food shopping as acclaimed by the major global food experts in the past years. We are ready to deliver it. We will eventually integrate the personalized food recommendations directly into the existing online food shops so it can become a new seamless layer of customers' experience. We believe this can lead to an improvement of health of millions of people and also providing unique sets of data to academic and institutional organizations. We are starting with our project in Czech Republic with the #1 strategic partner, called Rohlik, who is #1 retail in Czech Republic, with a clear intention to expand to Central Europe and Germany, and obviously the whole EU. Our strategic focus in development is on the online food shops. We monetize with B2C subscriptions and special paid features, plus B2B, paid score sharing, data sharing, and affiliate marketing activities. Our team is consisting of business individuals covering the tech, retail, food production parts, as well as medical and nutrition experts covering the scientific and medical parts. We launched the beta version on February 26 and are currently testing with 15,000 users, about 20,000 products in the database, and overall 1 million scans from the testers so far. Full version will be out by the end of 2020. We definitely see the EIT Food Innovation Prize as a great help in recognition, networking, financial help to finalize the IT development and an overall public relations accelerator. I would like to thank you very much for this opportunity and your kind consideration of our project. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was foodgroot.com. We have Petr joining us live now. Hello, Petr. Hi, how are you?
Hi to everyone. Good, yeah, actually.
Good. That's not enough. There was this uniquely cinematic feel to your film. It sounded ominously Orwellian, I would even say. The way you diagnosed the problem and the visuals you used, you really wanted to scare everyone, didn't you?
Mm. Well, the thing is that we really live in a country that has a big troubles with the food quality. We all know we have the double standard compared to the Western world, and literally some part of the food is trash, you know, harming your health. And this is frustrating so much that we have to emphasize it, because there is also great ignorance. We are the last country in the EU where people care.
Speaking of ignorance, I think I should be glad you raised that point, because I think few people realize that Czech Republic stands out in that particular area. Mm-hmm. Petr, are you ready for the barrage of jury questions in 5 minutes?
Let's do it and see what happens.
Enjoy.
Okay, hi Petr. I will have one question. Can you tell us a bit more about your financial model, especially for B2B and B2C? You didn't say much, so can you go a bit deeper, please?
Mm-hmm. With the B2C, we are relying pretty much on a subscription of the people, because the whole concept is based on community. We rely also on the people in terms of getting data, you know, updating the data as we go, and special paid features. For example, there is a filter called Bez Andreje, which we don't do as a part of the application in the first place, but you can have it as a paid kind of feature, and more of these will come, because we will obviously be sorting allergies, allergens, intolerances, stuff like that. So that is, I would say, a bit early to say, because we are still in the beginning, but as I said, subscriptions and special paid features. With the B2B, the situation is slightly different, because we are very much data-oriented company, and we will be dealing with data in the first place. So obviously, number one, we'll be sharing the score. So any e-shop eventually who wants to have the product score in their environment can have it through API. And then the main model comes the moment we start cooperation with strategic partners, like we do with Rohlik here. The moment we integrate our solution into their environment, that's where the money comes from eventually.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Peter. This is Margareta. I just wanted to ask about one thing. I guess none of us wants to spend much time on shopping. So I must admit, I do repeated shopping lists. For example, with Rohlik. So what happens? What is my motivation to look again and again for information about the product if I have, let's say, a list of 55 items on my shopping list, and these items are always the same?
Very good question. Thank you for it. First of all, you will use us in the initial part, let's say, where you want to find out, and you'll be probably shocked, because if you scan your refrigerator, you will find out that probably 60-70% of your food is not good enough. Obviously, the moment you find it, you come with the revelation that you have to change something. And that's where the second part comes, which is not yet out. We are working on it with a joint venture partner. That will be basically giving you the advices as you shop. So eventually, you don't have to browse through and search all the information and make this kind of in your head. This will come automatically in the shopping process in the second stage. But this is, again, I would say, maybe next six to 1 year away from now. We still have to work on that. So eventually, we want to basically replace the marketing with the real sort of advice based on your individual needs in the end of the day.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
I have a simple question. I like the idea that it's online and you can scan the code and then you will see the result in the app, or maybe after that, the website somewhere. But wouldn't it be easier to print it to, directly to that product, as we have different other labels?
Honestly, that's my secret dream, that eventually the government or parliament or whoever will issue a law that will eventually print the score directly on the products. I would be totally thrilled.
And are you working, somehow around this, lobbying or whatever?
We do. We have been several times in parliament, meeting several members, but again, we are still in a beta, so first thing first, we have to come out, make people use it, and then eventually we can start lobbying and trying to do it the other way.
Right. Sounds like we have no more questions from the jury. Thank you very much, Petr.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the Q&A.
Oh yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Good luck in the competition and good luck with your
Thanks a lot.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was foodgroup.com, and now we proceed to our fourth competitor, Teraz. Teraz pasta protein of the future crickets.
Hi, I'm Ivana, co-founder of Teraz Food, and Teraz makes pasta of the future. What actually does it mean and what we are doing? We are also trying to solve this question. How to feed us all? It's not a secret that current agriculture is not sustainable anymore, and we need to change our eating behavior. We have few solutions. If you are adventurous type and if you have money and time, you can find your own planet, whatever you want there, or for the rest of us, eat Teraz pasta. We are changing pasta from the empty side dish to fully nutritional dish by adding sustainable superfoods. One of our superfoods are crickets. Yes, crickets. I can't see your reactions, but you might be disgusted. Why everyone is now starting with crickets? Because they are extremely nutritious and very sustainable. The protein, amino acids, fiber, everything is in there. And did you know if you will eat vegetarian bolognese with our pasta, you will produce 80% less carbon print than the normal vegan one, meat one. And you will be done faster. So then you can grab a beer with your friends or listen my presentation. But cricket market is still small, and who is going to actually eat cricket pasta? That's Martin. Adventurous type, young, single, but with many friends living in a big city. But do you know how many this kind of Martins are in Europe? Just 2%. So it's very niche. If you want to make profit, we need to address also Inge. Sustainable, loving mom with small kids, trying to give her family the best food with the best taste and still live sustainable life. But you know, kids sometimes can be very difficult. But all kids love pasta. And better pasta, like terrace pasta, might be solution. But for Inge, we needed to create other types of pasta. Spirulina pasta, lentils pasta, and also different type of cricket pasta. And this production is starting in 3 days, so we are very looking forward because we created like amazing mixture of ingredients that the taste is very, very good, and I'm looking forward to introduce it to you. But where Martin and Inge can find us? Of course, they're young online people, so through our e-shop or in their local healthy store. Now we are focusing the most in Czech Republic and Slovakia, of course, because we are local. But 10 months ago, I moved to Belgium. And this year, we started to cooperate with Board Startup in Netherlands. And they are helping us to expand in Netherlands market. And I have to say, like, those two markets are amazing and very open-minded to cricket. So we are very happy that actually already we know 4 markets where we can cooperate. You already know me. I'm sales and marketing person, and this is my partner, co-founder of Terrace Food, Martin. He's somewhere here listening, and he's different. He's more introverted, and he's more about finance and operations, which is amazing because we are a very good combo, and because we know each other already 15 years, we can nicely cooperate. And why actually we will be very grateful to win this prize? Because we would like to be employed in our own company. We still keep our full-time job to create money and to invest because we don't have other additional investments in Terrace Food. And now, like, Terrace is growing and growing, but still not enough to be fully employed in our company. And we suddenly have more and more job and also like new production and everything. So we need also some extra help with new team member. And we would like to produce more that we actually producing now, but we also need cash flow. So yeah, the food money would help a lot. And if you will help us, soon we will see each other and have a meeting in Terrace Bistro. Thank you for attention. Hopefully you have many questions and I'm really looking forward to answer them.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Terrace Food. We have Ivana joining us live now. Hello, Ivana.
Hi, Lukáš.
Hi, how are you?
Very well.
Well, Ivana, I have to tell you, I've got to give it to you. I should rather say you've got this mellifluous, spellbinding voice. I'm sure you may have put a spell on our jury. I myself have like 10 questions to your presentation already in my head, but I'm not the jury. I will not be asking you questions. So let's head for the jury time. 5 minutes.
Okay, you can ask me later. Don't worry.
Sure.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So I will start just to save time. Thank you for the presentation. On your team, I see you as the marketing and salesperson. I see your partner, the finance guy. So who is the production person?
Yes, production is outsourced in Slovakia. So actually, we don't do production in ourselves, but everything is outsourced in Slovakia. It's in our family.
Okay. Thank you.
Actually, I had a question about the production because one thing is to create a pasta from something you already bought, and something very different is the cricket farm. So how is it with the crickets?
Well, we would love to have also our cricket farm, but still this market is not that big enough that we will be able to do everything by ourselves and to be really profitable. So for now, we are actually cooperating with Netherlands, and especially Word Startup is helping us with crickets and to find a good producer of cricket flour. So we are actually cooperating with one company that they are doing everything via regulation and European standards for now.
Okay. I had a question also regarding the crickets. So how can you assure you will have enough? So you might have your own farm, you have your supply partners. So, how will you assure that you have enough of the crickets, because it's something rare? And maybe from my curiosity, what is the life cycle of cricket? How long does it need to be, how long does it take?
Good question. Well, I have to say cricket industry is still small and we kind of know each other. So there is really nice network. If already you are in there, you have actually kind of easy access to all cricket companies, and they want to really cooperate. So actually now production who is producing cricket flour are more than people buying cricket products. So this is also not really a problem for now, till the market is still niche. So of course, then we can speak in 1 year how it moved, this market. But for now, yeah, we do like cricket pasta, but also now we are going to produce also other types of pasta because of reaching more people. Till we will, via awareness and marketing, bring those people to cricket pasta as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We still have 2 minutes.
I have a question. How big is the market? Let's say the cricket market. What is your expectation?
Yes, we were actually starting a company a year ago, and we hope that cricket market will be bigger than we assumed. That's why I was speaking about my persona, like that we are reaching now Martins, which are still like people in European Union. There are like 2% of people who would like to eat cricket products. But for example, we had one diploma thesis of one student in Warsaw, and he was asking 200 students what kind of cricket company they would choose, and they would willing to try those products. We were the only one, we were the first who they say like, actually we would buy you because of marketing and the strategy and awareness, how you're creating the buzz. So I think like this market is still small, and that's why we also adding the other products to it till the market will be bigger. And also we are going to create awareness via crowdfunding and also via marketing and social media to create a buzz and to promote cricket market a bit more.
All right, sounds like these would be all the questions for you, Ivana.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed them.
Of course I did. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed to our fifth contestant. I love hummus, premium quality vegan hummus and kimchi without any chemicals.
My name is Stepan Hodač and I'm founder of I Love Hummus company. Our story starts a few years ago when I was traveling in the Middle East, and first time in my life I tried their hummus. And I really fall in love with this dish. So I decided to establish a company for producing it. I rebuilt my grandma's house and created there our first production facility. Our vision is that everybody gets to eat quality and tasty food, which means no added chemicals, no preservatives, and made only from primary ingredients. Most of EU health issues are caused by bad diet, so the expenditures on healthcare are skyrocketing. We believe in I Love Hummus that if more people will eat our hummus and kimchi, the expenditures will be much lower. Now I will explain you why. It starts with a full grain of chickpea, which we are cooking in a steam. Then we adding premium quality tahini from Israel, extra virgin olive oil from Spain, 100% pure lemon juice from Italy, sea salt, spices, and dash of love. The differentiation from our competitors is, for example, that our hummus is coarse. We never mix it on a smooth level because coarse hummus help your intestines to work. Generally, you digest better. We also take care about our planet, so we are using only plastic box which can be recycled on 100%. The sleeve on our box is made from already recycled paper, which can be recycled again or can be composted. And the separation of these two covers is extremely simple. Our successes. We are considered to be the best hummus on Czech and Slovakia market. We are listed in Czech in main retail sellers like Ahold, Tesco, Globus, Makro, Bitfood, Rohlík, and many others. We are distributing directly to more than 400 healthy shops. We are exporting into 3 countries, Slovakia, Poland, and Hungary. The shelf life of our hummus is 42 days, and we're reaching that by our own unique way. It's no added preservatives, no pasteurization. We have international food standards certification of our production, and we are certified by German TÜV. We have our own factory with own source of water and a lot of land for expand. Business model is divided into 2 channels, B2B and B2C, where we're selling our products with margin. Here you can see our product portfolio. We have organic line of hummus with 4 taste, conventional line of hummus with 4 taste, and kimchi. All our products are vegan, gluten-free, no GMO, no added sugars, and no added preservatives. Our customers are people who want to eat healthy, and the taste is also important for them. Some key milestones. Last month, we launched new e-shop for the kimchi. We are testing it in Czech Republic right now, and if we will be successful, we will launch it for the whole Europe at the end of the year. For the next year, there is a transition to pressure cooking of chickpea and increasing the production by 100% till the end of the next year. If we will win innovation prizes, it will help us because we will be more visible to buyers from Western Europe, and the prize money we would like to use for patenting our process and extending our production. Here is our team. I'm working as a CEO. My co-owner Kamila, she's responsible for HR and marketing. Zdenka, who used to work in Kaufland for 15 years, is head of sales. Lucka is head of production and quality. She's responsible for international food standards. And Adela is office manager. We have a total of 18 employees. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.
That was I Love Hummus. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Stepan joining us live for the Q&A. Hello, Stepan.
Hi, Luca.
Hi, how are you? How does it feel to be watching all those competitive startups for now?
It's very exciting. It's a little bit pity that it's happening online, that we cannot meet each other in the real.
Yeah, exactly. Personally, I really appreciate it when the pitching contestants actually start with answering the big why it is they embark on doing a given project or turning an idea into a production line, as is the case with you. But you quickly answered that question at the beginning of the presentation. So let me leave you with the jury with their questions. 5 minutes only.
Thanks.
Hi, Stepan. So first, congratulations to quite a large company already. I have a question to your portfolio. So do you plan to, let's say, enlarge the, let's say, hummus flavors, or do you rather plan to enlarge the portfolio itself with the completely new products? Because kimchi and hummus are not really that close to each other. So what, just if you can tell me more about the portfolio for the future.
Our plan is to extend both lines, like we consider it as a legime lines, hummus, and the fermented lines. So the legime lines will be extended like new flavors of hummus and new spreads, example for bean, peas, and other. And in fermented, we would like to add new flavors or kimchi and new fermented products.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, I had a question about, your expansion or about, some foreign markets you are trying to reach. Why do you think you are special? Why they should select you exactly?
It's a combination of really high quality, the complete cleanness of product that if you count, it's only 6 ingredients. When you will go and do the research of the market, you will find that we have only 2 competitors, one from Germany and one from Holland. But in a taste and quality and combination of the ecological approach, there is none like us.
Hi, Stepan. Just one question on logistics. If I remember it correctly, you source your ingredients from many countries. If I remember it correctly, you have olive oil from Spain, tahini from Israel, and I don't remember the next one. Is there any risk if there is a problem like we saw with the pandemic, with COVID, that you will have a problem with the transportation of the ingredients?
Like, for example, with the COVID, we noticed that situation in February. So we decided to take on our stocks all the ingredients for a year. And right now we are having on our warehouse every ingredient in a capacity for a year production. So it's not difficult when you're planning ahead.
It's not difficult. It's good. It's difficult with respect to money because it binds money. If you have such a great...
Because we have long-term cooperation with all these suppliers, there is a trust. So having agreement which will allow us to finance it and supply when both sides are happy, it's not difficult.
So you have like extended payment terms.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sounds like these would be all the questions for you, Stepan.
Okay.
And only 3 minutes, which means your presentation may have exhausted practically all the jury questions there may have been. Anyway, Stepan, congratulations and good luck with your project, bringing international cuisines together and into Czech Republic and expanding to foreign markets. Good luck with that, and good luck in today's competition.
Thank you very much, Lukáš. Bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, now we go to number 6, My Cook Around, marketplace where cooks are matched with their guests.
Hello everyone, my name is Aladdin and I am one of My Cook Around founders. I'm gonna go with you through our pitch deck, so let's get started. My Cook Around is a new social network for connecting guests with cooks who sell their homemade food products, homegrown plants and experiences such as cooking classes or lessons of wine production. My Cook Around offers economical benefits for everyone involved. We created easy access to homemade food, meals, products, homegrown fruits and vegetables, farms and local cuisine and agriculture in general. My Cook Around has a charity part as well, where cooks can donate unsold items or directly donate any kind of food to people in need. How we started? War in Syria made me, as I'm originally from Syria, and my wife Lenka escaped to Europe as she's originally from the Czech Republic. We started to cook homemade food for tourists and neighbors. Our business became demanded and we decided to make it automatic and founded My Cook Around. Now we are a team of 15 people of international origin. Yesterday we launched in the Czech Republic, and in Italy we plan it in the beginning of the next year, where we are an official partner of Coldiretti, which is an agriculture association gathering 1.7 million Italian farmers. Our users, first, cooks, where they could be farms, producers of homemade products, everyone who cooks or prepares or grows any kind of food. Second, guests, locals who want to buy quality homemade food and homegrown products, and tourists who seek authentic cuisine. How My Cook Around will make money? First, membership on the platform. Second, commercials on the platform. Third, monetization of data collection. Fourth, franchise fees. What solutions My Cook Around brings? New job opportunities, increasing accessibility to self-employment, support of agriculture, farmers and small food producers have a new online selling channel. Homemade and homegrown food is healthy in general, less food waste, less recycling and energy saving with home food sharing, authenticity of travels and encouragement of people to travel more for lower expenses, family support, families eat at home with their guests, less racism as we connect people from different corners of the world, embedding a sense of trust in the community of people using My Cook Around, boosting natural competitiveness of traditional supermarkets and restaurants, unsold or donated food for people in need. To inspire our cooks, we founded Aladinova Pharma, where we sell fruits, vegetables, homemade products, and mainly our product is Aladdin Pickles, which is fermented vegetables by an old Syrian formula, full of vitamin C, minerals, and probiotic with huge health benefits. Now we produce and sell pieces per day. Why should we win the competition? We think that we should win the competition because of the health contribution we provide in, environment contribution, transparency contribution. How would we use the prize? We would use the prize for building an infrastructure of delivery of unsold or donated food to people in need. These are our project members. Thank you for watching, and best of luck for everyone competing, and have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was my cook around. We have Aladdin joining us live for the Q&A. Hello, Aladdin.
Dobré odpoledne z Bořetic.
Hello from Bořetice.
Hello there.
Sorry, I can't hear
We
anything.
have
Can
a
you
bit
try
of
to
a
speak?
surprise configuration there. Can you please introduce yourself, madam?
My name is Lenka Kugler, and I'm the founder of My Cook Around, and this is my husband.
Aladdin.
Wonderful. Great to have you with us. Aladdin, can you just move your head a little towards the screen so that we can see you?
Closer.
Yeah, let's stay a little bit closer. Actually, as you were giving your presentation, I went to the Coldiretti website looking for some kind of more detailed information, but the only two words in English I could find there were privacy and cookies. Only one of them is remotely connected with food. They have no English section, so I couldn't read, but I was surprised by the number of associated farmers. Now, are you both ready for the jury questions?
Sure, go ahead.
5 minutes. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
So actually, I would like to ask about the platform, because in the presentation there was just a few screenshots and it was not very obvious how it looks like, or what is the current status, if it's already real like running, or if there is some real small basis, just, or if you can introduce it a little bit more.
Sure. You can go directly to our website, and from there you can switch directly to the application, and we launched yesterday actually. So you can test it online, you can see first offers, and you can already order whatever items you want to order, whether it's homemade food, homegrown products, food, vegetables, or home prepared products from whoever. We just started here in Břeclav district in small village Bořetice. And we launched actually at midnight, and we are already having 100 users, which is nice.
And maybe a second question, which is intercorrelated with this. It's free from the start, or
it's
you
free.
already have some paid customers?
Now it's free, and then we will operate under some subscription. But of course, first few months we will operate for free, so that people get used to us, they get used to using us on the everyday basis, and then there will be some small subscription fees.
I might have a question. Hi, Lenka. What is your timeline plan to cover the whole Czech Republic? You said you started in Bořetice, and how fast do you want to cover it?
We would like to cover the whole country until the end of the year, because beginning of next year we are starting in north of Italy.
Okay, and then do you plan to expand abroad?
Yes, so we do plan after first 4 months of this pilot phase. We are expanding to Arabic-speaking countries under license of our Saudi Arabian partners. So Arabic-speaking countries will be launched, but not by us. It will be by different company, but under franchise. And then, luckily, if God gives, Europe.
Okay, thank you.
Lenka, if I can ask, so the income sources, I see 3 income sources. First is the membership fee. The second is the, I assume you will take some kind of a fee or share of the traded goods or whatever, and the third one are the franchise fees. Is that correct?
Not a commission on traded items, not at all. Only membership. Then commercials on the social network, and then franchise fees. But we will not be deducting any commission from, and no also commission. Data collection. Yeah, no commissions. And of course, when we have enough data that we can process and we can offer them to governments, private companies, food corporates, we will try to operate with that also.
And what kind of data do you expect to collect on the users of your platform?
It will be, yeah, sure, allergies, because one of our main food filters are allergies, food preferences of our users, and mainly food preferences and allergies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if I want to order your pickles, which actually sounds very tempting, so what is the logistics?
Logistic, well, actually, the social network is mostly for people around. So you have to collect it yourself. You can book it, you can order it on my cook around, and we will get the order, we will verify your order, and you have to collect it. So it's that's why we started on small areas. So it's for people around. That's why it's called My Cook Around, so that it searches the nearest offers that you want. For instance, if you put in the search pickles, it will show you whoever has pickles around you, and you can buy it directly from them.
Okay. You should sell it as the experience summer trip package. Get your pickles on the bicycle or something like that.
We plan it. We plan it. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly 5 minutes. We need to stop here, and it's actually quite good we need to stop here, because otherwise the entire My Cook Around concept would be all about pickles. Thank you for answering all of our questions, and good luck with the project. Good luck in the competition. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck for everyone.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, now we proceed to number 7, Pure Taste, production of grain-free pastry.
We are a producer of breakthrough grain-free bread. We have been selling baked products to our customers for 3 years. We currently supply 27 businesses and 260 end customers. Our offer consists of 6 products. Each product comes in 2 sizes, a kilo and a third. Artificial components in our diet are linked to an increasing food sensitivity for a number of people, as their body is unable to cope with them anymore. Rather than developing more food with desirable sensory characteristics, we prefer to use biologically valuable ingredients. Our bread is naturally gluten-free, low-carb, it is high in antioxidants, minerals, healthy fats and fiber, and it is also fresh. Every day, 470 tons of bread are sold in the Czech Republic. Surveys show that 15 to 20% of the customers are interested in gluten-free diet. If we aimed at producing, for example, 1% of the gluten-free baked goods volume, we would reach an astonishing 1.1 tons of bread per day. This proves how immense the market is. At its maximum output, our current operation is able to serve 2,400 customers. Our customers are a specific group of people who care about their diet because our product is fresh, contains no substitutes, starches, added sugar, or industrial additives. Sportsmen appreciate the nutritious ingredients we use and naturally high protein contents. For those who need to reduce their weight, we offer the possibility to keep enjoying baked goods thanks to the low-carb contents of our bread. All our 3 current competitors declare themselves as low-carb. However, our bread is more competitive in terms of its price, and it offers better parameters. So far, we are the only ones in the market offering fresh, tasty, gluten-free keto bread, which has not been industrially processed. Approximately 70% of our sales go through our business partners. The remaining 30% consist of direct sales to our end customers. Our margins are set by a multiplication of our ingredient costs. We reached our first customers in 2017 when we started producing 30 kilos of bread per month. Since then, our sales have seen an organic growth. This year we are already at 520 kilos per month. The key focus of our business is to increase the number of our customers. This should be achieved by an extension to an e-shop as well as to frozen goods production. With our extended capacity, we will also be spreading our offer to other countries. Our team consists of 5 women. Our different competencies complement each other. We work well together. Should we receive the Innovation Prize, it would mean a very welcome subsidy that we could put towards our planned purchase of a professional oven. That would allow us to increase our production capacity by 3 times. Thank you very much for your attention.
Pure taste, grain-free pastry. We have Helena joining us for the Q&A. Hello, Helena.
Hello, Lukáš. How are you today?
I am great. How about yourself? I see a big smile,
great.
so I presume you're looking forward.
Yeah, we've been enjoying the whole recording so far, so we are looking forward to receiving nice questions.
So I guess you prefer to be towards the end of the list rather than the first one. It's more comfortable for you, isn't it?
Well, number 7 is a lucky number, so we are hoping for the best.
Is it? All right, let's see. Let me not stop you from the jury questions. 5 minutes.
Well, hello, Helena. I just see in your milestones or planned milestones that you want to expand to other markets. You are already selling in Slovakia, if I understand it correctly.
We are actually preparing our sales in Slovakia. It's still work in progress.
Okay. And do you think it's realistic, because it is not only logistics, but for example, Germany, there is a lot of these products. So do you feel it's realistic? Do you have a plan how to expand, how to launch your products in these markets?
We believe it is realistic in terms of feasibility, because we would be using special transportation for the frozen products. But I guess your question is more about the demand.
Yeah, and also competition.
We believe that the same as in the Czech market, our product actually is focused on not being industrially processed, on being price competitive and using really high quality ingredients. And I think that in that way, we are very competitive also in the Slovakian and also in German and Austrian market.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I guess just one last question. I guess the transportation costs will impact your margin. So do you have it in your calculation?
We have obviously included that in our plans, and it is already included in the calculations of our final costs in the different markets.
So your selling price obviously will be higher in these markets where you have the more demanding logistics.
Yes, it will. It will be currently we are counting with 3-fold the amount of that we pay for our ingredients, and for the markets we will obviously have to include the logistics.
Okay, thank you.
Hi Helena, I have a question. You have mentioned that your bread is fresh, and at the same time one part of the expansion is to increase the frozen goods production. So what is the proportion of the frozen goods production, and how does it correlate with the fresh bread?
So when it comes to the freshness, actually by selling the frozen bread, it allows our customers to actually defrost them anytime and thus keep the fresh qualities of our bread.
Okay, and what is the proportion of the fresh bread versus the frozen one?
So far, we only have the first customer interested in the frozen production. So far, we are 100% on the fresh side.
Okay, and exporting fresh bread abroad, is it something you can really achieve? And if so, how?
We are only planning for the moment to expand into the areas around the borderline. As we are located in the north of Bohemia, we are able to transport them.
Okay, thank you.
Takže jestli jsem to, sorry. So if I understand it right, you are just trying to start, delivery just around, and you are not planning to create some new branch or, some merchandise or whatever. You are just really going to deliver from one point.
Actually, for the locations where logistics would be more demanding and where the local transportation, such as the companies at the UK, would not be able to serve us, we would have to start new production operations. Like in the UK, we are currently discussing launching a new production operation there. In those cases, we would have to start new. But for the areas around the borders in the north of Bohemia and the surrounding areas, we are able to supply them ourselves.
Ten seconds left, so I suppose there's no time for any more questions. Thank you very much, Helena, for joining us and for answering the Q&A questions from our jury. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you. That was Helena Barrera from Pure Taste, and now we shall proceed to our last competitor of the day, Tofu, Pet Fryman, the one who beats the soy.
Chickpeas, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce you our project with the name Tofu, with the most important product, which is made from chickpea, and it's Chickpea Tofu. What's the problem? We are solving the problem that tofu, as one of the most favorite products for non-meat people, is tofu. And tofu is only made from soybeans. Soybeans are allergen, so it means that many people can't really eat it. And the soy, moreover, is inside many vegetarian foods, so it means that it's limited for many people allergic to soy. So that's why we are coming with solution of this beautiful yellow creamy chickpea tofu. Chickpea tofu is made 100% from chickpea. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's 100% soy-free. We are wondering about full range of chickpea products like tempeh, chickpea butter, chickpea spread, chickpea milk. And the very good thing is that we are not inventing the bike, but we are using best of the knowledge made by R&D in the world. And moreover, very nice environmental benefit is that we can grow chickpea in Czech Republic, so we can eliminate the transportation. What's the USP? As I said, there are many people who are producing perfect vegetarian food with soy mostly. And we would like to quality plant-based products, but made without soy and just from chickpea in the wide range of alternatives. What about the customers and the market? In Czech market, which is the beginning for us for sure, our target audience is from 5 to 9% of the specific population. It means it's a huge number in the market, which is growing double digits every year. We know it from the statistic and from the people who are in the market chains. But as I said, it is just the beginning, and we are wondering about European market, where the story is kind of the same. So retail value of non-meat or meat alternatives is about 400 million euro, which is a huge number. It's growing, and it's growing double digits. So it's a big pie, and we want to eat some part of this pie. Customers said that 80% of them more or less want to buy our tofu again. And the good information is that they want to buy it in the price that is perfect for our calculations. This is the competitive analysis. Those producers are indirect because they use normal soy, but we have to think about them, and we have to look what they do and how they do it, but it's indirect. If we talk about direct competitors, there are only 3 in the world. And they are local, they are small, and the biggest difference is, and it's our competitive advantage, that they do chickpea from chickpea flour and water, and it's totally different from our chickpea, which is made from raw beans. About the business model, we are in negotiation with potential investors, so we had to do our homeworks properly. So we have all the analysis of break-even, etc. And at this moment, we are waiting for the start of the production, if it will be in the big scale with investor or smaller scale on our own. Market entry, this is big advantage for us because we have already partners for getting into the distribution. Some of them are small bio shops, some of them are big grocery stores. Milestones, till the end of the year, we want to enter into the market with 1, 2, maybe even 3 products. And so it's all about the production launch. Then there is some time for validation, feedback collection, and optimization. Then there is a phase of stabilization. We want to build a relationship with the customers and start with the next R&D. And then there is a phase of economy of scale. What about EIT Innovation Prize? I think that this prize is not just for us. It's for many other people who love non-meat, but they struggle with soy. So we are bringing solution for them. And moreover, from our personal perspective, for sure, EIT Innovation Prize can help us with establishing the production and launching as soon as possible and in the best possible way our first non-soy tofu. This is the team, 2 times Peter, 1 time Adriana, and we are still looking for someone for R&D. So that's it. It's all about the chickpea now. Thank you for your attention, and I am happy to answer a question. It's all about tofu now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our last competitor in the Czech Republic final, tofu. We have Peter joining us live now for the Q&A. Hi, Peter.
Hi, everyone. It's my pleasure.
That's a big smile there. It looks to me like you're perfectly ready for the questions, aren't you?
I hope so.
Tell me, Peter, would you have preferred to be the first one today, or are you perfectly comfortable as the last one on the list?
I still think that ending matters, so we will see.
We'll see about that. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hi, Peter. So I have a question. You are at the very beginning, right? You plan to start your production shortly, and you have certain ambition. How big is your ambition? Where do you want to, let's say, bring your project in 1 year, in first year? How far do you want to get in terms of, let's say, number of customers, and how far do you want to get in 5 years?
Okay. To be honest, I think that 1 year is perfect time for somehow to be established in Czech market. If we have some partners to help us with establishing, because I don't think that it's easy step, but with some people around, it's manageable. And in 5 years, it's definitely to be established in the European market.
Can you be more concrete? What does it mean, like somehow to be established and to be established in the European market?
Okay, so regarding the Czech numbers, because that was critical to calculate some point of return of investment, we have some concrete numbers about production. So it's a goal to fit the numbers till the end of the next year.
Thank you.
If it's an answer.
Actually, I have a question about the receipt, because you mentioned that there are already some products, but you also said that it's possible to make it quite simply, because you probably have just 1 basic ingredients, as you mentioned. But there should be some secret, of course. So how about some patents, or how about the receipt itself?
As we visited many universities and research laboratories, they told us that maybe we should patent it. But from my point of view, it would be nice. But even if we were the very first one with the soy tofu in the world, there will definitely come other people and producers. So I think that it's the same for the chickpea tofu, that it's somehow impossible to make any patent for this.
Peter, can I ask you a question? You mentioned that you are waiting for the decision of the investor. So if I understand it correctly, you have an idea, very new idea. You have a potential producer. I know we discussed it at the rehearsal. So it is a strategic investor. So all you have to do is launch the product on the market. So will you have financing for the marketing? Do you have a marketing budget? Because it's quite money demanding to launch a product like this.
Mm-hmm. As I said, if it's strategic investor, or as it is strategic investor, it will definitely help us also with the selling strategy, as he has his own chains and so on. So it's a big help for us. And as I also said during the first round, that we have in our calculations about 10% of the budget just for the marketing. So we count with that, and investor knows about that number that we need for marketing.
So will you produce it under your own brand, or will it become a portfolio product of the investor?
It will be definitely our own brand, but it's possible, and I don't know it yet, if there will be written that it was produced by company X or company Y.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you too.
Sounds like these would be all the questions for you, Petr. So thank you very much. I hope again you enjoy the Q&A session, Petr, and good luck with your project and good luck in the competition.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Same to you. Ladies and gentlemen, and that was the last startup competing in the Czech Republic's final. The jury will now have some time to deliberate and decide on the winners. And it's also a perfect moment for me to explain the audience award procedure. The link to the audience vote website is what you can see right in front of you on the screen, along with the QR code that you can also use to access the website. You now have 10 minutes to cast your vote. You can vote during the keynote speech, and we'll close the voting poll shortly after. Please go to the link we show on the screen. Let me just remind you, the audience prize today is €2,000. Time for our keynote speech. We're joined by Agnieszka Svobodova from Sense Foods. Sense Foods uses cricket flour to develop unique protein and energy bars, gluten and lactose-free, with the highest quality protein from crickets and premium natural ingredients. Hello there, Agnieszka.
Hi, nice to be here.
Nice to have you with us. So I guess we'll start by me leaving the stage for you to enjoy for a couple of minutes and give us a little background, and then we'll have a couple of questions, right?
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Agnieszka, and I'm the winner of last year's EIT prize. And as I was already introduced, I'm from Sense. And you will shortly hear what we do, but the main goal is to show you what happened in a year since we won the main prize. First of all, I will tell you what we started with. We named a problem, and we named a problem which was already showed by other startups, and that's the huge unsustainability of the food chain today. We know that the production of protein is destroying the earth. We know that the population is growing, and we also know that there is a potential solution, which is insects, but most people are afraid of eating them. Most people think that it's kind of disgusting or weird, and they don't want to eat them. So that's the problem for us, that people don't want to eat insects. And how do we work with that problem? Well, we decided that the solution would be to create a brand, Sense brand, and to create really premium products. we were thinking of different types of products. We wanted to use mild cricket flour, use good packaging, smart design, and somehow to make those products premium so that people would start thinking the other way around. They would think that crickets are, or insects in general, are something super premium, super good for them, and not that it's something disgusting or yucky. The vision of the company is to create a whole range of products. So we want people to have this ability to start their day with insects. We want to provide things for the breakfast, things for lunch, then lots of snacking options, and then something for the dinner. So we want to have a whole portfolio. The reason why we think that it's good time to do so now is because we think that now it's the time of the third food evolution. We think that in the 80s, people cared about the taste. Then 10 years later, people also started thinking about the health, but now more and more customers are considering the environment around them. So they are thinking of like how to be more ecological, how to be more sustainable, and they are also considering these choices when buying their daily food. So that's why we think it's the right time to do it. The target customer that we want to sell these products to. We have two target customers. The first one of them is male, and he's mostly interested in sports and his body. And the second target customer is female, and she's also quite interested in her body, but most of all, she cares about the environment. Well, what they both share is that they are quite young. We are targeting young people who are between roughly 25 to 35. They live in big cities of Europe. And they are willing to pay premium prices for their food because they care about their bodies and also about the world around them. We have a double strategy of selling. We are selling both to large supermarkets. You can see these are actually slides from last year, from when I competed in this competition. So by the time we had we've been selling in Rewe in Germany, then in Czech Republic, in Penny Market, and lots of other supermarkets, but of course by now the situation is different. Like we have even more stores. And the second part of our strategy, apart from selling together with retailers, is to educate people directly. So we invest a lot of research, resources into working with people. We invest a lot of time into writing articles and explaining to people why they should be eating insects. We explain this through our social media and other content that we produce through influencers as well. And this gives us a multiple benefit. One of it is that it makes people buy our products, then it raises awareness, but also it gives us a great feedback loop, so that when we are developing products, people can give us feedback instantly because they buy it through the website, they are in regular contact with us, and they can tell us how to improve it. What we are after is not just the commercial success, but of course the impact. And the impact that Sense company will have in together in last year and this year combined is saving of 84 tons, the saving of lots of resources which are equal in terms of the tons of crickets that are being consumed rather than meat, which are equal to water consumption of 10,000 people. Then greenhouse gas emissions of travel to moon and back 23 times, and to 600 football pitches of land of rainforest. That's just for you to visualize how much impact we have, because for every amount of meat which is not eaten, and there's an alternative of protein such as crickets eaten that has smaller impact, there's a lot of resources being saved. So this is the visualization of how much we will have saved. And now let's talk about what we managed to do in that 1 year since we won the competition. So what I was pitching here last year was that we would come up with some new products, we would try to reach more audience, and of course try to get into more shops. So how much of that has actually happened? We got a new design for all of our products. I don't know if any of you are familiar with what our products used to look like. You can see the old design at the top of this page. You can see that we had a different logo. We had different packaging in multiple colors. but now we changed, and all of our design shares this special blue color. Well, it's quite similar to the EIT color of this presentation, but this color overall represents that it's scientific and that it's clean, because we find that people like to associate novelty products with cleanliness, and we want to make the association that insects are actually something scientific and something to be seen as clean and modern and yeah, scientific. So that's the new designs. Then we also launched a new website. That's also a huge improvement for us, and it took us a lot of work. It took us a lot of collecting of feedback, but now we have a new website which looks much better, and it only doesn't look better, it's also better in terms of functionality, both internally and externally. Externally for the customer, because we give more space to explaining why people should be eating insects. We also explain more about the cricket protein. We explain what's the composition of it, what impacts it has on this world, and yeah, it gives better experience to the customer, but also it's easier for us to work with this. Then what we managed to do in a year was that we managed to create a lot of new products. So there was this wonderful startup presenting about cricket pasta. It's a great idea. We are big fans of it. And that's why we also launched cricket pasta. We make cricket pasta with red lentils. It's also gluten-free and high in protein. We also started selling cricket flour as an ingredient for people who can bake with it. We also sell it wholesale. So we sell it to other companies who might want to work with it. And we also started producing protein blend for people who do lots of sports and who need extra protein as part of their diet. So we made this wonderful, tasty chocolate protein drink that people can drink from their shakers. Then we of course worked on the sales channels. We are now planning to deliver to 5 other new shops that we didn't have before, and we are delivering thousands of products. So we are facing some huge challenges in terms of production, because before that last year we were still quite a small startup and we were operating on a small scale, but this year it's getting really huge. And we need to think of scaling up and of how to deliver everything and make sure that it's great in terms of the dates when we deliver, in terms of quality and everything. So it's about scaling up as well. In here I wanted to play you a video from our farm. That's why the lady in the picture has a funny emoticon over her head. That's because there's the link hidden in the presentation. So I wanted to click it, but it's not technically possible. But if any of you are interested, you can go on YouTube and you can search for Cricket Lab farm, and it will give you a preview of the video which shows how our farm operates. This is quite interesting because our company is now merged with this farm, so we have this direct source of cricket protein, which means that we have a steady supply of this ingredient, and as I already said, we also sell it to other partners. So if anyone wants to work with us, we are more than happy to provide them with good quality cricket flour. That's pretty much it for me. And if you want to try our new eShop, there's a little surprise for you. You can have a 20% discount if you use EIT, just the 3 big letters, as a discount code. You can try it, or you can just check it out and see what we write there. Or if you want to try some of our delicious products, you're more than welcome to try it. We have a Czech version, which is damesens.cz, or we have an English version, which is eatsense.com. So feel free to try it. You have a discount code here, and that's for you. Yeah. Thanks for your time, and let me know if there are any questions.
Well, I certainly have questions. Agnieszka, thank you for this presentation. Let me think about the first one. The first one would probably have to be from revolting, stomach churning, disgusting, yucky, icky, all the way to premium. That's quite a journey, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a huge journey. And you know, there are other companies trying to tackle this challenge, and there are lots of different strategies. So I don't know, like you could work with influencers. You can show people in videos like you eat a cricket and it's actually tasty. But we have our own way. And the way we do it is that we only work with delicious products where you never see insects. So that's our strategy. So that we make perfectly tasty bars, crackers, bread, and pasta, and you never get to see or taste the insects. And that's how we
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this then. It's obviously a smart strategy, but one of my passions is nonverbal communication and body language. And during the presentation, which had the cricket aspect to it, obviously crickets were not shown either. But at the same time, I just couldn't stop smiling just watching the jury's body language respond to the cricket story. So even at the jury level, professional assessment level, you could instantly feel there was this immediate emotional response, wasn't there? And on top of that, in your presentation, you actually said, not only do you want to cover this entire trip from disgusting and revolting to premium, but you also said, we actually want people to start their day with insects. I mean, if you wanted to put a milestone, which sounds like bigger than going to Mars for SpaceX, you certainly achieved that.
Well, we call it the marketing challenge of the century, actually, as you just named it.
Marketing challenge of the century, because I would think that, yes, in Asia, it's probably much more marketable to promote insects. But in Europe, I think Bear Grylls, the survival expert, might just be the only one who would be your volunteer for the study.
It's a real challenge, as you're saying. And there's another way how we deal with it. So every time we start selling in a new channel, let's say new supermarket or somewhere, we have to do a lot of sampling. Because as I said, the products are like normal everyday products. You can't say there's anything weird with them once you try. So we always have to convince people to try them. So we have those little stands with a promoter, and then they tell people, hi, do you want to try? And then people try it, and they're like, oh, tastes like normal bar. And we're like, yeah, because it is a normal bar with a special ingredient. And then once they try it, they're like, yeah, I thought it would, I don't know, hurt, or, wings would start growing on my back. But none of that happened. So we have to make people try. And once they try, then all of that sensation of disgust and weirdness goes away.
Absolutely. Agnieszka, let me push you a little further, because at the same time, we are all living at a time when consumer requirements, consumer expectations are higher and higher, and those relate not only to taste and quality, but also to the entire life cycle of your product. In that sense, in an increasingly vegetarian, if you like, society, you may expect people keen to travel to your farms and actually inspect and talk about feelings. Is that
this
what
is
you're
topic. Yeah, it's really interesting. And as you're saying, more and more people are being aware of what they eat. And I think we all saw it on the topics of the presentations that were here today. Like lots of them were dealing with food quality and environmental aspects and about what people eat. And we know that people are aware, and we try to show them and be quite transparent about what happens in the farm. So that's why we make the video, which might be even a little bit drastic for some people, as we've been told, because they can see the insects and how they are being processed. And we want to be very open about that they are insects. They were alive at one point, but we still know that this is a more humane or more moral decision for people if they want to consume animal protein. Because if you don't want to go completely plant-based, which many people do, and we respect that, but if you still want to consume animal protein, then your choices are quite limited. So you can either eat meat, which requires slaughter and is hugely unsustainable, or you can go for insects, which don't suffer that much because they don't have the nervous system. Or you can go for like the middle products in the meat industry, which are like milk and cheese made from it. But we all know that this requires the existence of the meat industry, because then obviously the little cows then grow and become big cows, and something needs to happen to them, which is being processed into meat. So we kind of offer something in between for the people who still believe that they require animal protein, which is nutritious. And the interesting thing is that for vegans and vegetarian people, it's actually split into two halves. So one of those halves hates us completely, and they are saying that we are doing the insect holocaust and we are murdering millions of bodies, and that these souls will haunt us, in the grave. But the other half is being quite open-minded, and they are willing to try it, because they sometimes realize that maybe plant protein doesn't give them all the nutrients that they might be needing, and so they're looking for alternatives, and this might be one of them.
Well, in today's ethically confused world, it's no doubt a risk management challenge, among other things, to deal with that issue. And humans are also known for, when it comes to food choices, we are, I'm afraid, given what Julia said at the beginning, 1/3 of food we produce is wasted, literally wasted. So here's the hypocrisy, and you really don't need to watch a very memorable scene in an American movie where the main character, a notorious main character, discusses the difference between a rat and a squirrel. You probably know which film I mean if you have watched it. But I can't give you the title of this film because there is a word in this film which would not be politically correct to use, but many of you would have guessed by now. Agnieszka, can I just ask you in conclusion, I think you have a huge, the benefits are clear from the previous presentation, what you have also described to us. The carbon footprint impact is also incredibly important compared to traditional meat and methane and all the consequences of farming animals. So there is no need for massive persuasion on the positive side of things, but in terms of marketability, communications and brand management, there are like the leaps you have just described to make people start their day with insects. It's almost teasingly funny. So just tell me, as one final question and request really, you've gone a long way and you've won the competition also. And if you were to look back at all of your experiences as a young startup, as someone who has already covered some of the way, what would be your top 3 messages for young aspiring startups in the food industry in Czech Republic? What should they remember about most?
Yeah. Well, I should maybe first make a note that I am not a founder of this company. I joined the company as one of the first employees, and that would be maybe one of my first messages. Like, don't be afraid of going into startups, because I know lots of my peers at university and lots of my friends are quite afraid of going into startups because it brings a lot of instability, like in terms of securities of job, in terms of finances, in terms of your future, like where will it lead you? So I would say that's the one thing, like throw away your fear and go for working in a startup, even if you're not able of establishing your own. That's the first one. Then the second one probably would be try to go global, or at least European, because if we would have only ambitions for Czech Republic, let's say, we would never be able to make the brand grow, because the market is quite limited. And also Czech customers are very sensitive to prices. And it's unfortunate, but that's how the reality is. And so that's why we have to target the German customers and the other customers in Europe. And that's my second advice. Try to go global. And then the third advice would be probably...
if you don't have it, I can give it to you.
No, I'll try to think of what's most important. I would say it's about trying to come up with products as soon as possible, because as you can see, we have quite a wide portfolio now. And the company started with 4 bars. And through time, we've been adding lots of things, and I've been working on the product development of them. So I know like what challenges there can be with bringing new products, but I would say it's totally worth it to grow from one category into other ones, because maybe some customers appreciate your idea, but they're not in favor of chickpeas, or they don't like, I don't know, something else that you're doing. So I would say try to stay with your idea, but go in different categories if you can do that, and try to come up with fast prototypes. And then if it doesn't work, just like stop the line and try to come up with something else. So those would be...
I would imagine that your 4th message to our today's audience, everyone included, would be, watch out, your tomorrow's breakfast is coming. Agnieszka, thank you very much for your fascinating presentation and a great chat. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor to talk to you today. Thank you for finding the time. Agnieszka Svobodova from Sense Foods, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, time for Audience Award vote is almost over. We're giving you 1 extra minute to do that right now. If you haven't voted yet, please remember EIT Food is there to support you as an entrepreneur, regardless of what stage you're currently at. If you have an idea or looking to raise Series B investment, EIT Food has support programs available to help you. These can be found at eitfood.eu/entrepreneurship. Coming back to the Innovation Prizes competition, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you the first place winners from each of the 17 countries' finals will be invited to the grand final in autumn, during which global fame, €25,000 are at stake, not to mention learning from entrepreneurs from across Europe and having access to top quality training. If you'd like to watch other country finals, feel free to join us. All dates and details can be found at www.eitfood/events. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to close the audience voting. We hope you used your opportunity to cast your vote for your favorite startup while we prepare to announce the audience prize winner. And while the jury is finalizing their decisions on the 3 main prizes, we'd like to share with you a short highlights video from the previous editions of Innovation Prizes competition. Enjoy.
The scale of the problems that we're facing in our food system are huge. So EIT Food has come about to change this.
Events like these show the incredible creativity that people have in the space of the food industry.
The startups play a fundamental role. They take the risk of bringing these new innovations to the market.
Okay, let's do it!
We designed this competition to find new disruptive ideas.
This is one of the best call for startup in the food category.
We have found here plenty of people that really want to change the world.
There's a lot of actors working together to find solution for our project, our startup.
I never seen this beautiness in project for food tech like this one.
Learn from them, you also get some training so that you develop business plans.
This competition is inspiring, but it's also challenging.
EIT Food is experience, inspiration.
Challenging, energizing, and fun.
The future of the food ecosystem
is about connection and evolution.
Best 3 things of this competition are youth, networking, and enthusiasm.
Atmosphere, mentors, and prize.
Quality of advisors, quality of the education, and quality of the food.
You will connect to other people with other entrepreneurs, and you will learn what's happening in the food ecosystem.
There are so many solutions waiting to be implemented that can actually make a big impact on how we see the food in the future.
We want to listen to young people to see which are the best business opportunity for innovation in the food market.
To help Europe build a food system that's better for people's health, better for the environment, and also more trusted and traceable.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was just watching the live broadcast of our today's final on YouTube, and I can see a lot of comments coming from you. One of them being, give us a little bit more time, implying that someone wants to mobilize friends, acquaintances, and colleagues to get more votes, but we already have the results. The winner of the Audience Award during the Czech Republic final, ladies and gentlemen, is I Love Hummus. €2,000, ladies and gentlemen, in the Audience Award. Hello there.
Hi, Lukasz. I don't know what's happening with my camera. It's not focusing on me.
Well, let's say that your success is absolutely not blurred. It's perfectly in focus. You have won the Audience Award. I don't know how you made it, but probably, it's all the enjoyment from your presentation and the premium quality product. Now is your moment, Stefan.
It's really pleasure because I think we have a lot of satisfied customers. That's why we won.
Precisely. That's probably the case. Is there anything you would like to say, share, thank someone? Anything?
I would like to really thank to the whole team, because I will never make it till the point where I'm right now without the people who supports me, helps me, working with me. So thank you very much to all of you.
There is absolutely no success without that factor, the support of a great team. Once again, Stepan, congratulations on winning this year's Audience Award in the Czech final. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Stepan, the winner of our Audience Award in the Czech final. And let us now proceed to the three main prizes, the third prize, second prize, and of course the first winner, the main winner of today's country final. And so let's start with the third place. The third place goes to Plant ID, Andrei Vasily. Ladies and gentlemen, that's €1,000. And now we go to the second place. Second place is foodgroot.com, Petr Václavek. And now many of you are probably asking questions about who gets the title of the Startup of the Year in Czech Republic. So let me not keep you any longer, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thermos Solar Hive, Katarina Kwasnowska and Jan Rad. Rad. €5,000.
Oh, okay.
Katarina, Jan, that must be the solid brick wall effect, I presume.
That's it, definitely, yes. Wow. Well, we are quite surprised, but very happy.
Thank you very much.
This is your,
thank you.
Moment. So imagine you're climbing the red staircase and there's a microphone in front of you on the podium, and say what you will, thank whom you please.
Well, I think we need to thank to all the people around us, all the beekeepers who tested our hive and are satisfied with it, and who gave us feedback all the time, and or our colleagues, and to colleague Roman Linhard, who is an inventor of the hive. So that's it.
Let me share a strange thought today, because we talked a lot today about insects, as you'd have noticed, about the country final and,
yes,
and the cricket. Do you think it's possible, because this question will be bothering us for quite some time, well, people obviously can't imagine having bees for breakfast, appalling as it sounds, but they can certainly imagine having honey for breakfast.
I think honey is much better than bees, but bees are quite precious for us, so we don't want to eat them, but because they are bringing us all the things that we need: honey, pollen, and so on. So I don't think we will eat them in any time, but we are very happy that we can provide, let's say, more honey and more ecological honey, honey without chemicals to the customers of our customers. So to the customers of the beekeepers who buy the honey.
Bees are definitely one of the species that are at the risk of becoming extinct. There is a lot of talk about the population of bees internationally going down and creating risks. And you don't need to invoke a quote like, you know, if you take away all the insects from this planet, humans will disappear in a very short time. If you take humans, everything will flourish. So that's not a very optimistic quote for humans, but any comments?
It's not, but I guess that we can manage it, and that the bees can flourish, even in these days where viruses and mites and other insects like Vespa velutina and others are coming to our states and are endangering the bees. We can always find some solution, and we hope we can let's say, help with our solution with this.
And that's the glass half full spirit that we definitely want to close the event with. Thank you very much, Jan and Katarina. And once again, congratulations on winning today's country final in Czech Republic, Thermosolar Hive. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. What a day, ladies and gentlemen. Our first prize winner will participate in the grand final in autumn. We'll also have a chance to compete with other first prize country winners for up to €25,000. I would like to thank our jury members for their participation and very interesting questions coming in today's series, and everyone involved in the preparation of today's final, the hub representatives, everyone on the logistics side, Julia and the team who worked really hard to deliver this conference today. Our upcoming finals that will be taking place are as follows. You see 15th of July in Hungary, 16th of July in Italy, and 20th of July in Serbia. Feel free to join us, and thank you for staying with us. All the best. Stay safe. Thank you.